Hey yo, how you doing? This is your girl Tashi, and I am back with another Lost in the Pond. Okay, Lost in the Pond. How you doing? You know, I didn't really sit down and really ask y'all how y'all doing. How you feeling today? I'm doing great. If you're asking, I'm doing great. A little noisy, of course. Here in New York is always noisy, even though the windows are closed. You could hear the plane. You could hear. It's a lot going on. There's always a lot going on out there. It's never quiet, okay? You hear it? I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it's always noisy outside. Other than that, it's nice. The sun is out. It's supposed to be 60 degrees or something like that. So the weather is not too bad. Not too bad. So we're gonna be reacting to 5 ways British and American grocery stores are very different. I didn't know it was that different. Well, I mean, there's certain things y'all do sell that we don't sell, or stuff that we sell y'all don't sell. So I don't know if that's what he's talking about, but let's get straight to the video.
So next time you're in the other country, why not play a game of, oh look, it's that thing we have back home, but they call it something wildly different. Isn't this fun? Hello, I'm Lawrence, and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond. And one of those memos pertains to grocery stores, or should I say supermarkets, because that's what we call them in the UK. Weirdly, I've been doing this channel now for about nearly 5 years, and I don't think I've really ever touched on the major differences between grocery stores and supermarkets. That is probably because the nauseating experience of walking around said stores is second only to malls. I'll be honest with you, we get our shopping delivered. Haven't had to walk into a grocery store in about 3 years. But I did do some research, so it's fine. And so without further ado, let's take a look at 5 big ways that British and American grocery stores / supermarkets are so very, very different. Yes, layout. As you can probably imagine, the layout of American grocery stores tends to be slightly different to that of Britain, but that makes sense. I mean, the United States itself is laid out quite differently to Britain. I don't just mean it's a different shape, I mean it incorporates different shapes. I did a video on this. Basically, America is obsessed with rectangles. Anyway, that's not connected to today's video. I think this difference might have changed a little bit in recent years. For instance, it's a common practice in both countries now to put the fresh veg right near the entrance section to give this illusion of health as you walk in, and then you walk over to the chocolate and everything falls apart. But other than that, as you're walking around the stores in both countries, you will see the odd difference, sometimes very odd difference. So for instance, in some British grocery stores / supermarkets, you might find the eggs not in the dairy section. What's that all about? And since I've moved to America, that seems to make sense, right? It's with the cheese, it's with the milk, the whipped cream. And sort of genre-wise, that does make sense. But sometimes you will find things like eggs just, hanging around with the beans in England, and not refrigerated either. That's a shocking thing.
Well, most countries in Europe or other countries, Europe, Asia, your eggs are not in the refrigerator, and it's a reason why we put ours in the refrigerator. Is a reason for that. So I don't know if we're the only country that does that. Like our eggs are in the cold section.
For a lot of Americans when they see that. The wine section might be found in a different spot to where you'd find it in US grocery stores. Across both countries though, it's always going to differ, especially depending on the actual store itself. So keep an eye out for that. And kind of connected to layout is our next entry.
Size.
I've said it before and I'll say it again, size is not everything, though you probably wouldn't believe that if you saw the difference between UK supermarkets and American grocery stores. I used to think as a kid that whenever my mum would drag me around Asda, which is one of our major supermarkets, that particular supermarket was absolutely huge. And then I moved to America and I was equally dragged around Walmart. And in recent years, the comparison between the two has become quite apt, and that is because Walmart owns Asda. But the fact remains that Asda, most of them anyway,
I didn't know that. Asda. Oh, wow. I'm here looking at the prices like I'm all shopping there or something.
not located within their own zip code, postcode. Whereas Walmart, it might as well have its own zip code. They're absolutely huge. They're so large, in fact, that just walking around the perimeter is enough for your weekly exercise.
Walmart is large. I wish we had one here. We do have one, but it's like for us who lives like in Brooklyn or Manhattan, like in the city, is far, because the only one they have is in Queens. That's the only one they have, that Walmart. But Walmart is huge. But that's only because it makes sense, because they sell pretty much everything. You want to do groceries, you want to buy clothes, you want to buy electronics, you want to buy kids toys, you want to buy I don't know, furnitures, you want to buy guns. Yeah, some Walmart do sell guns, especially down south. They sell guns. Not here. I doubt it. We don't sell guns here in New York, but down south they definitely sell guns in Walmart. I've seen it. What else they sell? One time I was there, I was doing a lot of shopping. I had to find a car battery. They fix your car. They sell pretty much everything. Anything you need, it's go to Walmart. Anything. And you name it, Walmart got it.
Which I suppose is good considering all of the calories that you're about to buy. And because Walmart, and to a lesser extent Kroger, are absolutely massive, that means you have the following. In the United Kingdom, nationwide, you've got the likes of Sainsbury's, Tesco, Morrison's, Asda. So we have choice in that regard, but once you get inside the stores, we probably don't have quite as much to offer as the United States, who, for instance, provide you with about 27 varieties of Coca-Cola. I haven't tried them all. In fact, I've barely tried any of them, but the rule seems to be that the brighter the packaging, the more variety.
I don't drink soda like that, so I wouldn't even know.
It is, they'll be, and also the brighter the packaging, the least healthy it'll be. So to reiterate, American aisles have more variety than British aisles. That was a joke, wordplay. British aisles, you got it. We're good. Walmart has such variety, you can even buy auto parts. They're usually at the back of the store, which is not the best place between you and me, because what if you're buying a big hefty tire? How are you going to get that out? You could roll it, that's true. In fact, that sounds amazing.
Wow, that's crazy, because Walmart does that too, but it's all the way in the back, but you park your car in the back. And while they're working on your car, whatever they're doing, you could go shopping. I think they give you, I don't know if every Walmart does this, but they give you like a ticket. If they're taking care of your car or whatever reason, you just drive in the back. So yeah, you park. They have a parking lot on the side where they do all the mechanic works and stuff like that. So you park your car over there.
Amazing. I might do that next time I'm in Walmart. I've just remembered I'm never going back in a Walmart, so we're good. And I don't drive. And speaking of purchases, once you get to the till/cash register, there's another chief difference between our two countries. I have to admit, this one got me long before I moved to the United States. When I was visiting the state of Maine in 2004, I walked into a music shop, as you do. I much prefer music shops to supermarkets anyway. And I purchased a ukulele. I think I talked about this very recently. And in doing so, of course, I looked at the price, $15, which is cheap. Don't ever do that again. It was good while it lasted, but it didn't last very long. So I took it to the counter expecting to pay exactly that in $3 $5 bills, only to be told, $17.32. I'm making that number up in hindsight. I didn't really get where that additional $2 came from. And it turns out that sales tax is applied at the point of sale, whereas in the United Kingdom, what you see on the price tag in the aisle itself is exactly what you'll pay.
That's the only thing I hate about here in America. If you ever visit America and you want to buy something, don't think the price that you see sitting there, that's the price you're going to be paying. You're not paying that exact price. You're going to be paying a little bit more, okay? If you see something for $1, you're going to be paying a little bit more than $1, okay? Depends on the tax. There's always something add on to it. It's not what you see. So don't think you're paying.
So there's no surprises when you get to the till. I should say that, I think in England, even when I'd go grocery shopping, I didn't calculate in my head each item as I went along. So I never really had a great idea about what that total was going to be anyway. It's usually when you're just purchasing single items, this problem first arises. But anybody that's visiting America from the UK who usually doesn't give a second thought to VAT, you will have to give thought to sales tax, which is kind of the equivalent here of VAT. And like I said, that sales tax is not applied to the whole store before you even go in. You'll see it applied to your receipt after the fact. It's not a huge deal. I got used to it, after a couple of years. One thing I'm still getting used to, though, is our final entry. Yes, brand differences.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about, this particular brand that you simply can't get an equivalent of in the UK. No, I'm talking about the exact same object, or typically food item, that has the same font and everything and look about it, but a completely different name. Take, for instance, Axe versus Lynx. They're deodorants. Don't eat them. I'm not suggesting these are all food items, but if you are a 14-year-old boy, you know what Axe deodorant is, or Lynx. They are exactly the same thing. They both have an X in it, much like an inordinate amount of brand differences, actually. You got TJ Maxx versus TK Maxx. You got ExxonMobil versus Esso.
What? I didn't know that. Wow.
You've got Dove versus Galaxy.
I never noticed this. It do look the exact. It's probably from the same company. It's probably from the same company. I'm assuming. I don't know if it's. I'm assuming it's from the same company. That's crazy.
Galaxy. Alexa, what are they going to change your name to? I don't have Alexa. That was just a joke. But if you're from the US and you go over to the UK and you're walking around the shopping aisle.
Y'all hear this? And the window's closed, so I know y'all probably hear that. This is what I have to deal with every day. I'm not even going to cut this. I'm not even going to edit this out. I want y'all to hear that.
And you're looking out for crisp/potato chips, and you see one that looks a little bit like Lay's. Lay's, the American crisp company. It'll be called Walker's, but it has the...
That is crazy. So I'm curious. That is crazy. I never noticed that. Walker's and Lay's, the same design. You sure this is not from the same company? They just label it different for another country. It says 100% British potato. I want to know how that tastes. I gotta try British, more British snacks. I definitely gotta. I might order some.
Exact same font. Everything else about it is the same, except for some of the flavors. Bear that in mind. And some of the chocolate seems to live in an...
Of course, I already knew the flavor was going to be different.
Entirely different universe. Literally, in some cases, like I said before, the British Galaxy bar is Dove in America. Milky Way is Three Musketeers.
That do... I mean, we both have both. We have Milky Way and Three Musketeers. We both have both of those. Wow. I never liked it.
And Mars is Milky.
See, we have Milky Way. Yeah, we have Milky Way and Mars. I don't like, to be honest, I don't like any of those
Milky Way, it's all one star cluster of monumental differences. And of course, there are absolutely loads. So next time you're in the other country, why not play a game of, oh, look, it's that thing we have back home, but they call it something wildly different. Isn't this fun? You might get bored after a while. But send me your pictures. It will be amazing. That's it for this episode. Let me know in the comments below some of the observations you've made over the differences between a British supermarket and an American grocery.
Yeah, but I've noticed a few things I've noticed. As far as taste, we do put a lot of sugar and a lot of salt in our food. So in British, y'all sprinkle a little sugar there, a little salt there, But I mentioned this before that I love other countries' chocolate. It just tastes good. It's crazy. I'm American and I don't even like our own chocolate. I really don't. And I love chocolate. But so when I do get chocolate, I always get oh my god, I can't even move the chocolate top of my head. I'll probably put it right here. I like these. These are my favorite. But anyway, comment below. Let me know how you feel about this, and I'll see you later. Peace.